wanted to share just a quick video of HumanDesign.ai, one of my favorite new tools and AI powered apps. So, when you get to HumanDesign.ai to get an account, just click Get Started for free and you'll get to sign up. You can just sign in or sign up with your Facebook or Google or with your email. Once you get your login details, you'll sign in. And you'll automatically have a chance to input your chart. Now, your chart will be the default when you come to HumanDesign.ai, but first you have to create it. To do that, you'll click New Chart. You'll put in your name, the year you were born, the month you were born, the day you were born, the hour you were born, the minutes, so the time, and then the location. And then you'll click Continue, and you'll have your chart. So first things you'll notice, of course, on the left-hand side, this is what's known as a human design body graph. It's got different shapes, some colored in, some white. It has lines that connect these shapes, and you'll also notice little circles with numbers in them, or just little numbers. And then on the left hand and right hand side of the chart, you'll see columns. One on the left hand side says design, on the right hand side says personality. So these are actually your activations, your human design gate activations, and each of these little numbers, the number in front of the decimal place, represents what is known as a human design gate. These gates actually determine what your human design body graph looks like. And this is based on an algorithmic calculation of your birth information. Over on the right hand side are what are known as the properties or the context. So this tells you your human design type, your strategy, your inner authority. Some people actually have outer authority, but most of us have what's known as inner authority. Authority is essentially how you are designed to make the most aligned decisions. So type, strategy, authority, these three things, along with your signature and not self themes, can be the most important foundations to learn about when you are just learning your human design. Below your not self theme, you find profile, definition, digestion, environment, sense, and lastly, incarnation cross. Each of those, of course, has a bearing on your human design, your design, how you are configured or how you're wired. And they are very important to understand, but far less important, frankly, than learning about your type, your strategy, your authority, your signatures. The incarnation cross part of your design is essentially your life purpose or your life theme. And while this is, of course, very important, what's most important to start with are the things at the very top, the properties listed here. So what can be incredibly helpful using HumanDesign.ai is there is an AI chat over on the right. You get to chat with their expert. Her name is Bella. She is the AI assistant and she knows human design very well. So you can start by just asking Bella anything. So things like, tell me more about my type. And Bella will take a moment and she'll respond, absolutely. I'm delighted to share more about your type. And you can learn about your human design type. I happen to be a generator, so she's telling me about the generator type. Just FYI, about 35% of the world's population are generators. Now, she says 70% because she is actually trained to treat the manifesting generator type as a subtype of the generator. So she is correct in saying 70% when I understand that that is how she is trained. So depending on the school of human design, generators and manifesting generators may be considered one type or two separate types. So just to avoid any confusion, as we talk about HumanDesign.ai, in this context, manifesting generators, which make up about another 33 to 35% of the population, here are treated as generator types, just a subtype. So this tells me that generators have a defined sacral center. Well, if I am new to human design, I may not know what that is. So that may be a great question to ask next. This tells me that the sacral center is a powerhouse of life force and work capacity. It means I have an incredible capacity for work and productivity when I'm doing something that truly satisfies me. Then she goes on to talk about my strategy. The strategy is to respond, meaning that waiting for something to come to you and responding to it is often the best way for me to make decisions. My signature theme is satisfaction, so she's already talking about the signature, and the not self theme of frustration. This means that when you're living in alignment with your design, you'll feel a deep sense of satisfaction. But when you're not living true to your design, you may experience feelings of frustration. She says, remember, as a generator, it is important for you to listen to your gut responses. Interesting. They will guide you towards experiences that are correct for you. And then she asks, would you like to know more about your strategy or perhaps your inner authority? I think right now I'm being drawn to ask about the sacral center. Tell me what the sacral center is, please. She takes a moment. Of course, Gwen. The sacral center in human design is truly fascinating. It's all about life force energy. As a generator, you have a defined sacral center, which means it's consistently generating energy. The sacral center is also connected to sexuality and fertility, and so on. Another fun and interesting thing to try when you're working with Bella, the AI assistant, there are prompt ideas. So, for example, you can just click over here to prompt ideas and you'll see some really great questions. How can I enhance my manifestation abilities using my human design knowledge? What does my chart reveal about my approach to education and learning? You can turn that into my approach to business if you like. How can I achieve balance in my life using my human design insights, and so on and so forth? And if you want to learn more about all of these various aspects, there are questions ready for you here. What environment best supports my energy type? How does my solar plexus center influence my emotions? Now, they keep talking about centers. Just so you are aware, all of the little shapes in the body graph are what are known as centers. One thing that might be helpful is to know what these centers are. So from the top center is known as the head or crown center. The center just below that is called the ajna, sometimes also referred to as the mind. Just below that center is the throat center. And just so you know, pretty much all things in human design are working towards they're pushing towards the throat center. If you notice, this particular center has more gates in it, more numbers in it than any of the other centers. The center just below that, the diamond shape, is known as the G center. It's also sometimes known as the identity or self center. Just below and off to the right a bit is a small triangular center known as the will center. It's also sometimes called the heart or the ego. Down below the G center, this is the sacral center. If this center is colored in for you, that means you are a generator or a manifesting generator, period. To the right is the solar plexus center, and this is the center of emotional awareness. To the left is what is called the spleen center. This center has to do with instinct, intuition, health, and wellness. And down below at the very bottom, appropriately named root center. So just a little introduction there to human design and HumanDesign.ai. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you get into trying out HumanDesign.ai so that you can actually get to know your human design, which truly is one of the most fascinating and useful systems of self-knowledge, self-knowing, and self-awareness available.